There are three types of proxies: data center, residential, and mobile. Each one is fundamentally different, and platforms evaluate them differently. You need to know when to use each one, because using the wrong type for your goal is a fast way to waste money. Let me break down each type, how platforms see them, and when they actually work. Data center proxies. These come from server farms. They are cloud servers, VPS providers, dedicated server farms, data centers basically. The traffic is routed through a centralized server, which means it's fast and cheap. Data center proxies cost maybe $2 to $10 per month. Here's what a platform sees when traffic comes from a data center proxy. They do an ASN lookup. ASN stands for Autonomous System Number. It's essentially a lookup of who owns this IP and what are they using it for. For a data center proxy, the lookup returns something like DigitalOcean, or Amazon Web Services, or Volta. The platform immediately knows this is a server, not a real person. That doesn't mean the platform will instantly ban you. It depends on what you're doing. For scraping public data, data center proxies work fine because scraping isn't user-like behavior anyway. The platform doesn't expect a real person to scrape, so it's not surprising when a data center IP does it. But for anything that requires platform trust, creating accounts, accessing sensitive features, operating an account, data center proxies are the weakest option. The strengths: fast, cheap, reliable, unlimited bandwidth. The weaknesses: low platform trust, immediately identifiable as proxies, easily blocked. Use data center proxies for web scraping, content indexing, API testing, gathering public data, anything where speed and cost matter more than platform trust. Don't use them for account operations, anything requiring human-like behavior, anything where you need to look real. Residential proxies. These are IPs assigned to real home internet connections. An ISP assigns an IP address to someone's home, and the proxy provider buys access to that IP. When your traffic routes through this IP, it appears to come from someone's home internet connection. Platform evaluation. The ASN lookup shows a residential ISP like Comcast or Vodafone or whatever the home internet provider is. This looks more real than a data center. Platforms see this and think, okay, probably a real person. But here's the thing. Sophisticated platforms have identified residential proxy networks. They know the IP patterns of known proxy networks. So while residential proxies look better than data center, they still show as proxies to platforms that know what to look for. Speed is medium. You're routing through a home connection, so it's slower than data center but faster than mobile. Cost is medium. Residential proxies cost $30 to $50 per month for a dedicated IP, or they are sold on a per GB basis at varying rates. The strengths: more platform trust than data center, look like real people, work for most basic operations. The weaknesses: identifiable to sophisticated platforms, medium speed, medium cost, potential for rotation issues. Use residential proxies for e-commerce account operations, email testing, moderate security platforms, location verification, anything where you need to look real, but platform trust isn't maximum. Don't use them for high security platforms like financial and social media with strict policies, anything where you need the absolute highest trust. Mobile proxies. These are IPs from real mobile carrier networks, 4G and 5G networks. When your traffic routes through a mobile proxy, it appears to come from someone's mobile phone on a carrier network like Singtel or Vodafone. Platform evaluation. The ASN lookup shows the carrier name. This is the most trustworthy type of proxy because real people predominantly use mobile networks. The platform sees this person is on Singtel, and that's a normal, common way to access the internet. Mobile proxies are the hardest to identify as proxies because they're not synthetic networks. They're actual carrier traffic. Speed is slower. Mobile networks have latency. A page load might take 2 to 3 seconds instead of half a second. Cost is highest. Mobile proxies are expensive, typically $50 to $200 per month, depending on exclusivity. The strengths: highest platform trust, hardest to identify as proxies, most realistic, best for account operations. The weaknesses: slowest, most expensive, shared IP pools unless dedicated, rotation issues if not configured right. Use mobile proxies for account creation and management, social media operations, anything requiring maximum platform trust, anything long-term or high value. Don't use them for high volume scraping because they're too slow and expensive, anything where you need speed more than trust. Now here's the critical piece that gets people into trouble: session persistence and rotation. Most proxy providers default to automatic rotation. Every request or every few minutes, your IP changes. This is cheap for the provider because they can overbook their IPs. More users per IP means more revenue. But for account operations, automatic rotation is a disaster. Here's why. You log into an account from IPA. You do some activity. The system notes that all activity for this session came from IPA. Then, mid-session, your proxy rotates to IPB. You're still logged in, but your traffic is now coming from a different IP. The platform sees the account accessing content from two different IPs in the same session. That's not possible with a real person. One person has one phone with one IP per session. So the platform flags it. This is why you need sticky sessions or session control. You should be able to tell your proxy, keep this IP for 30 minutes. Or, keep this IP for my entire activity session. The IP should not rotate in the middle of your usage. Cheap proxy providers don't offer this because it reduces their ability to overbook IPs, so you have to pay for quality. Here's the real comparison. Data center proxies. Fastest, cheapest, least trustworthy, break accounts. Residential proxies, medium speed, medium cost, medium trust, work for moderate platforms. Mobile proxies, slowest, most expensive, most trustworthy, best for account operations. And across all three, you need sticky sessions. If a provider doesn't give you session control and forces automatic rotation, don't use them for accounts. The right tool for the right job. Speed and cost for scraping. Trust and realism for accounts. That's the decision tree.